Okay, today we are going to Maine and we are going to meet a moose in I Met a Moose in Maine One Day by Ed Shankman, illustrated by Dave O'Neill. I met a moose in Maine one day. Just how it happened, I can't say. I brushed my teeth, I combed my hair, and all at once, a moose was there. Look at the moose. In Maine, as you know, the moose come and go. They relax in the streams, they make tracks in the snow. They live in the woods with the bear and the hare, and whatever they're doing, they do it out there. Look at the snowman. That is why, in this case, something seemed out of place. To be here with the moose in my house, face to face? I mean, the moose looks friendly. Not so bad. The moose was so big, so tall, so wide and so tall, I was not sure at all he could squeeze through the hall. He tried to be small, and he made sure to crawl, but those antlers of his still left marks on the wall. I bet his parents were mad. Oh, he really is trying. I don't mean to suggest that the beast was a pest. In fact, I felt blessed just to have such a guest. 'Cause by any measure, this moose was a treasure. His smile was charming, his manners a pleasure. That sounds nice. Look, he's bowing. He's helping hang a portrait on his antlers. We shared a few laughs. We talked quite a lot. He told me some things that I never forgot. Then we played hide and seek, but it was no use. It seems this is not the best game for a moose. It looks like he's kind of easy to spot. But they do have a nice time chatting. And then, after that, we decided to race, but a moose, when he runs, needs a great deal of space. He smashed every bottle and jar in the place, and the napkins I had were too small for his face. Oh man, he made a real mess. There's jam all over the walls. Oh. There's jam all over his face. That'll be really sticky. So I took him outside and we walked for a while until we reached town, which is more than a mile. If you want to meet friends and you need an excuse, I suggest that you walk into town with a moose. All the people we passed stopped to give their regards. They leaned from their windows, they waved from their yards. Old men on their porches seemed very impressed that a neighbor of theirs had a moose for a guest. Okay, Mr. Popular. Look at him in town. Everybody loves him. At the general store, people's chins hit the floor when a moose and I casually walked through the door. I bought a few things that a moose never buys, because everyone knows a moose loves a surprise. I bought him some fudge and a lumberjack's hat and some maple syrup, and boy, he really liked that. 'Cause you know maple syrup's the best thing to buy. For anyone, I messed up. It goes, 'cause you know maple syrup's the best thing by far that anyone's ever put in a jar. That's probably true. Maple syrup is fantastic on pancakes and waffles and eggs even. A little bacon. Look how surprised they are. And the hat, I must say, was precisely his size, in a blue that I thought really brought out his eyes. At the night we went dancing, we really let loose. And there's nothing quite like letting loose with a moose. We did a few things that a moose rarely does. But if that sounds exciting, believe me, it was. It looks pretty exciting. It looks like they went into a photo booth. Look at all the fun they're having. And his hat does look pretty good. Looks like they played pool. They had necklaces. They have top hats. But this was just one little village in Maine. There were so many to see, so we hopped on a plane. From Auburn to Belfast, from Friendship to Lee, that moose and I saw every sight we could see. We walked every walk and reviewed every view, and that moose I met, geez Louise, this is tough. We walked every walk and we viewed every view, and the mouse, one more time. We walked every walk and reviewed every view, and the moose I met took me to Wallagrass too. That was a tough one. There they are in the plane. In Camden, a lot of us got on a yacht and we docked before dark in a beautiful spot. We saw fish having fun, we watched seals eating meals, we met lobsters and otters and eagles and eels. All animals in Maine. Goodbye, otter. In Bangor, we climbed on a raft made of logs, and we floated downriver with beavers and frogs. We hopped and we jumped, and we rocked and we rolled, and we rushed through the rapids like loggers of old. Oh, the moose looks a little scared. Good thing he has his friend with him. We stopped off in Portland on a beautiful day to eat a fine lunch in an outdoor cafe. We ordered the salmon with blueberry juice, and there's no better juice you can drink with a moose. We left room for dessert because we heard that they make the world's best selection of chocolate mousse cake. Oh, look how excited they are for their meal. And he looks really excited for dessert. When we'd had all our fun and our travel was done, we stopped by the roadside and stood in the sun. I think we were somewhere near Smithfield or Rome when the moose I met said it was time to go home. He gave me a wink, and I gave him a smile. We hugged and we said our goodbyes for a while. Then he went on his way, but he was sure to say that he knew he'd come back and see me someday. He probably got tired. They had such a full day. Now, I know that my story may sound out of whack. Even I find it hard to believe looking back. But it wasn't a dream, and it wasn't pretend. I did meet a moose, and that moose is my friend. Look at all the fun things from their day. Their scarf, their cane, their top hats. That blue hat that really brought out the moose's eyes. The end. That was a very fun trip to Maine. A little harder to read than I anticipated, but still fun.